If I were to ask you, what is one of the most influential video games of all time, what would you say? Maybe you'd pick something like Pac-Man for bringing never to be seen before joy in the arcades. Or perhaps you'd pick a game like Super Mario 64 for defining the 3D genre for generations to come. Instead, let's take a look back. Way back to be exact. Back to a time before online servers and subscription services. Back to one of the earliest arcade and home console games of all time, Pong. See, video games had a problem back then, multiple to be exact. For starters, arcade machines and home consoles required pretty expensive hardware to manufacture. The technology was simply not there yet. Most of these games heavily lacked in sound, visual, story, and sometimes even gameplay. But worst of all, these games were extremely complex to understand for people of back then. It's not like nowadays where mechanically complex games are really fun to play. Back then, people didn't even know what a video game was. Though, things were soon to change, all thanks to 3 people. Nolan Bushnell and Ted Dabney partnered together to create a small company to make arcade games and later home consoles. They hired a man named Alan Alcorn to create a simple game centered around ping pong. Computer Space was an early arcade game released by the same company, however it suffered heavily due to its complex controls. This time, Alan was told to create this simple prototype game with the idea that anybody could pick up and play the game without the need of tutorials or manuals. These type of arcade machines were famously seen in bars, so it needed to be so simple even a drunk person could understand how to win. And thus, Pong was born. The goal? Simple. Have a higher score than your opponent, move up or down to kick the ball across the screen, and use the different angles to mix up your opponent. A game so simple, yet so revolutionary. Pong was an instant success. The arcade machine sold out fast and was played by all. People loved it. Pong created a gateway for people everywhere. It demonstrated that games can be simple and fun for all ages. A few years later, after Pong, arcade games hit a golden age thanks to its crazy popularity. By the way, the small company who made Pong was none other than Atari. Shortly after its huge success, they went on to create one of the first successful home consoles, the Atari Video Computer System, aka the Atari 2600. Other companies saw this and decided to put their hat in the ring, which is how we ended up with Nintendo's Entertainment System and Sega's Master System. The huge boom in popularity of video games, both arcade and home consoles, can all be traced back to the creation of Pong. Pong became one of the most influential video games of its time, truly becoming a pixel pioneer thanks to the impact it had on the industry by having a simple game all could play while creating room for more people to enjoy games outside and at home. In conclusion, Pong is the reason why we have Fortnite.